Hi, my name is Christina Moreno, and this is part 3 to Screencast 2. For this part, we'll talk about assessments and planning, um, the multidisciplinary team process. First, the teacher or educational professional notes problem areas for a student and schedules a meeting with the child's caregiver to review the diagnosis. Second step is if the caregiver agrees to have his or her child evaluated by the school district and grants permission in writing, the evaluation begins. Then the evaluation is carried out by a team of professionals and it is determined that a student needs further help or if the child's parents request additional teacher, a formal evaluation begins. Anyone who has information on the child reports what information they have on the child that could help in their evaluation. Fourth, the team will discuss what services, modifications, or accommodations would be best for the child. Now we're going to talk about the court case Larry P. versus Riles, California, 1979. The court decided that there's controversy that arose over this court case, whether IQ tests are racially and culturally discriminatory. And the court ruled that the intellectual functioning of a black child must be gauged by his adaptive behavior, personal history and development, classroom performance, and academic achievement, not by IQ tests. So here are some common IQ tests. There's the Wessler, Sanford Bennett Intelligence Scale, Kaufman Intelligent Battery for Children, Slaughton Intelligence Test for Nonverbal Intelligence, the WISC, this is otherwise known as the Wessler, and it contains subtests to measure verbal and performance skills individually administered and gives useful information for educational prescriptive planning. The verbal subtests include information, similarities, arithmetic, vocabulary comprehension, and digit span. The performance tests include picture completion, picture arrangement, block design, object assembly, coding, symbol search, and mazes. When the test is scored, a profile of the child emerges. Here are what the results would look like. Assessments. So 3 commonly used academic assessments are the Bergantz, the Woodcock-Johnson, and the Wessler. The Bergantz is used for children in kindergarten through 9th grade. It tests reading, language arts, and math. The Woodcock-Johnson is for 2 to 90. It tests for reading, decoding, comprehension, and mathematical calculation and the ability to understand math concepts and to apply them. The Wessler is for ages 5 to 19. It measures decoding and comprehension as well as spelling, math, reasoning, calculation, listening comprehension, oral and written expression. Observation. The purpose of observation is to provide the observer more information on the child while they are working independently and without stress of an assessment which can skew results. The types of data that are being recorded during an observation are how he or she organizes their work, fine motor skills, verbal fluency, activity level, skills demonstrated during observation, are clues about level of language, perceptual speed, status of grooming, allergies, and so on. Patterns of strengths and weaknesses. Here are the different types of strengths and weaknesses that you could see, and the different assessment types that would show these strengths and weaknesses. The discrepancy model. This used to be the only way to receive services for students with LD. Students must show a large discrepancy between their test scores in order to receive services. So if the student scores high in one area and low in another, this proves that there is a learning issue. Here are the results. So we can see that in the achievement test and the IQ test, there is a discrepancy. But what if the child scores low overall? This means there's no services. This system left the low-functioning students out of the funding system. This model isn't a complete measure of a student's progress, and it shouldn't be used as the only method of determining funding for students who are struggling. And that is the end. Thank you for watching.